Hey, what's up, guys, and happy Movember. Movember is that month where guys grow mustaches to raise awareness and money for men's health issues. Even when Titus does it, no one here can tell. But that reminds me, whether or not you guys do Movember, you should check out Harry's, the official razor partner of Movember. And now, here with the Armageddon update, hairless Christopher Titus.
I'm Christopher Titus, and this is the Armageddon update. And I'm talking to you from the future today. Just so you know where I am talking to you, I am talking to you through a computer. Yes, it is a small, thin metal wafer that is a TV, a calculator, a typewriter, and an encyclopedia with all the information ever collected in human history in it. It is also a creative tool to create anything your mind can imagine. And in the future here, people use this amazing tool to look at pictures of naked women and masturbate. So here in the future, we are still caveman at our base level. You can take the caveman out of the cave, but you can't take the horny orangutan out of the caveman. The future where I live is an amazing place. I also have a small black square that I carry around all the time that is connected to nothing, yet can talk to anyone, anywhere in the world by punching in a few numbers. This little square also has access to all the wisdom in the world, and so many ways to access that wisdom. These things we have are called cellular phones, and they are the size of a cigarette pack. And speaking of that, here in the future, we have proven that cigarettes kill you. It's indisputable in the future. Cigarettes kill human beings, but here in the future, human beings are still so stupid that a lot of them still smoke. So after all, we have discovered here in this amazing future, people are still sucking smoke and tar into their lungs, causing cancer and killing themselves. Here in the future, we've also proven that eating dead cow flesh is as bad as smoking. It also causes cancer like cigarettes. Yet, on every corner, we have places that serve huge fat people dead cow flesh on chemical-filled bread patties. And we can pull up to a window and they will hand these deadly burgers to you. Here in the future, we have these metal pods we sit in, and they take us anywhere we want to go. And in these pods, we have music. Any music you want to listen to throughout history. And if you have your cell phone, these pods, or cars, can go 150 miles per hour in total quiet while you drink a soda, which also kills you. See, people here in my time will drive their cars while watching naked women on their cell phones. Some of these people die because although in the future we have smart people who have invented amazing things that show how amazing and brilliant human beings can be, then the smart humans sell the incredible tools of the future to the dumb monkey-ass human beings, and they use them to masturbate and follow Kardashians. We also still have war in the future. Here in the future, we know that war is useless, kills innocents, and costs money that could be used to save people and help them live better, but we continue to be stupid. That's why I'm writing you from the future. I am sending you a warning from the year 2015. Be smart, people. Start now. Because when you get here where I am, you can be part of the problem or part of the solution. And no matter what amazing thing we think of it, it seems the future will never be perfect because human beings are fucking in it. But if we keep going like this, soon, there's going to be a lot less of us. I'm Christopher Titus. And from the year 2015, this is the Armageddon Update! Hey everybody, Christopher Titus Podcast from the future today. I'm calling you from the year 2015. It's very rare that we could actually use the time travel machine. We have only about an hour window before we will be cut off here in the future because it only works for about an hour. I wanted to give you guys an update on the future. With me in the future is Bombshell Rae.
I still look like I'm 22 years old.
Because of the incredible technologies that we have. That
Cryo technology.
Yes, it froze her head and it kept it beautiful. And in the background, now 45, weirdly enough, Fetus.
Hey!
Yeah,
You did. You actually sound. You showed the passage of time with that. Hey,
that was really nice. You saw it was a little gravelly. So in the future, where we're at right now, 2015, I got to tell you, wars are starting. Religion is still getting people killed, and basically people are still doing stupid shit that they know kills them. So nothing's really changed here in the future. I'm trying to send a message back to you guys right now to let you know that stop doing this shit. Because maybe you can make a better future. If you guys can change it back where you are, maybe in 2015 it can get better. You know? That's what I'm saying. I cannot believe that in all this time, every time I just had a reaction. This wasn't, by the way, this podcast idea was not kicked off by ISIS or wasn't kicked off by the Syrian crisis or that we're trying to actually keep refugees out of other countries or that France just got exploded by a bunch of assholes at a concert. And by the way, in 2015, guys, in the future, there's still these religious assholes that are actually going into concerts where there is no threat to them and shooting down innocent people. You pussy motherfuckers. Here in the future. Now, I know where you guys live, that hasn't happened yet, but do me a favor. That's what's going to happen if you guys don't change things. So what made me mad wasn't that. You know what made me mad?
Wait, you mean the whole future of our planet relies on people that listen to the Titus podcast?
Pretty much. It has to start somewhere.
We're so screwed.
Yeah, Fetus is shaking his head like, oh no. Well, you know what? There's other podcasts to listen to, but at least we try to make a difference. That's why we have the Armageddon Update.
I feel like the people that listen to the Titus podcast are going to be the people that loot the people after Armageddon starts.
They're preparing silently in a room.
And I say that with the utmost reverence.
Yeah,
I'm not putting it down.
Right, because we're all going to band together and we're going to run the future. But in the future, things are still weird. So I was at the drag races here in 2015, and you know what happened? I'm walking around and I see this giant bearded fat guy smoking like a chimney. And I thought, holy shit, dude, you have like 9 things that are killing you right now. You have 9 things that are literally in your bloodstream creating tumors. It's like a tumor festival. You are the Coachella of cancer right now, and you're just walking around. And I just thought, we know that cigarettes kill you. The World Health Organization has basically said that red meat, here's what they said, after thoroughly reviewing the accumulated scientific literature, 22 experts from 10 countries convened by the IARC monographs programs classified the consumption of red meat as probably carcinogenic to humans.
Oh, you're reading that. Yeah. I was amazed. I thought you just said that out of your own brain.
No, come on. You know me too well. There's no way I just popped that out. So anyway, they're saying that, and it's weird because they really couched it in now Ray's read a book called The China Study. I've read a book called Radical Remissions. Red meat, just animal proteins in general, pretty much cause cancer. We're pretty much it's a 70%.
It creates an acidic environment in which cancer cells can flourish.
And again, cancer is anaerobic. It doesn't need oxygen. It just needs food, which is red meat, dairy, and sugar. Looking at that, you go into any store and try to. I know I had a problem with the other day. We were on the road and I went to a convenience store really quick, and I went to get a bottle of water. Do you know what was hard to find? Bottle of water. I could get any drink that had a color not found in nature, but I could not get a bottle of water. There was 3 in the back, and they were on the side. And they were that weird water that has got an elk on it, but it's not quite a mountain behind it. You can't know if it's a mountain or a processing plant of some sort. And you know, it's
Sierra Springs,
like Deer Pond water. I don't want pond. Ponds shouldn't be in there. Ponds are stagnant and things die from them.
Sierra Springs is actually a Monk reference, so I actually said that for all 1 people that listen to this podcast that love Monk.
Really? What was the reference for Monk?
Well, that was it. That was the whole thing.
No, but what
there's no comedy behind it. It was strictly just.
Did he drink Sierra Springs?
Of course, that's all he would drink.
Why?
Because he was Monk. He had OCD, which we can't make fun of because people get sensitive.
You see a bunch of OCD freaks.
Have you heard about that?
What?
The OCD sweater from Target. It's a Christmas sweater. It says OCD and the letters spell out obsessive Christmas disorder.
Right.
And it's a cute little fun Christmas sweater. And people...
You have obsessive Christmas disorder.
I definitely have that.
Have, yeah.
So I identified
and Sandy
with it.
has obsessive Christmas disorder.
I mean, I'm full in already. I'm already decorating. But, I mean, there's worse things, right? So, anyway, people with OCD and other mental health issues are protesting because they say that it makes light of
a real
mental
problem.
health and that they should pull it from their shelves.
So here's what I will say about that. In the future, people are really PC assholes. People have lost their sense of humor here in the future. And if it's about you, it's not funny. But then again, you know.
But it's very funny when it's about other people.
True. But then again, I will say I have a little bit of that too. If it's about me, it's not funny. I got made fun of on the Joe Rogan podcast. You know what for? Because he said I wore a headset mic, which I've never worn.
You did. That's actually a fact.
I've never worn a headset mic in my life. Him and this guy, this twat named Tony Hinchcliffe, we're talking about how I wear a headset mic and always like he's on the Time Life Books thing, and then Tony Hinchcliffe goes, yeah, and he probably has like in his comedy specials it says his name in big letters behind him, and I'm like, and he goes, I don't know, I've never seen him. I'm like, well, how the fuck do you talk shit about someone you've never seen or talked about? And I got fired up about it, which I should have just laughed. I should have just went, yeah, whatever, it's wrong. Just a bunch of drug addicted motherfuckers just talking shit for no reason. But I didn't.
You mean kind of like you just did?
I got mad.
Actually, you have a reason. You have a reason.
Yeah, I have a
You're
reason.
Retaliating.
They talk shit about me, and I was like, I don't even know me. Joe did my benefit. Me and Joe were cool, I thought. And he just starts going off about how, and then he even says, I haven't seen Titus in a long time. Then why are you talking shit? It was weird. It was just odd.
Because that's what people do in the future. They talk shit.
Oh, that's right, guys. Here in the future, we have this thing called the intranet, which I didn't explain. The intranet you access on your computer, and what they do is it's connected to every piece of information, an amazing thing in human history, but we don't use it to get smarter. We use it to talk shit about how bad the last episode of The Avengers was, the last movie was, or how horrible that the new Star Wars might be. The new Star Wars might be racist. What'd you say, Fetus?
They do it anonymously, too.
Oh, they do it anonymously by some name. Now, we call those in the future digital pussies because they don't have the balls to talk to you face to face.
I call these people armchair activists. They're people that take a stand from their chair.
Yeah.
They never get up. They never leave. They never engage. They never make a difference. But they have an opinion, and they stay seated on their fat butts in their big fat recliner, and they complain. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Rachel Bradley.
The recliner with the grease spot.
2016.
Like when they get up and it's discolored from their body, from the impression and the oil that is oozed out of them because they sat there for 15 hours.
Yes.
But you know what they're very good at?
What?
Nothing.
Oh. In the future.
In the future.
En el futuro.
See, it used to be in the past because our economy wasn't that good. Everybody had to do their part. But now in the future, the government will give you money to sit on your ass a lot. Now you're not doing well, but you could survive. So the future is really a weird place. Don't you think the future is a weird place?
I find it to be very strange
and
uncomfortable and annoying at times.
Yeah.
Like I just feel like people should know that people that are comedians, as we are in the future, actually can't really say so much what they think anymore. The free speech is no longer really allowed.
Yeah, that's true. That's true, especially the one place. Well, in politics, it hasn't been allowed for a long time.
True.
But here in the future, it really isn't allowed. Well, unless you're Donald Trump. There's a guy named Donald Trump here in the future that is saying whatever the hell he wants, making noises.
Which is why I would never vote for he's terrible. He's a nightmare. Are you kidding me? In the future, crazy people think that they can become president.
Yeah.
But you can't help but kind of like the dude. Like, I would for sure get drunk with him.
It's like a lovable homeless guy. It's not a mean homeless guy. It's like a lovable homeless guy who's ranty, but you know he's not going to really hurt you.
He's another guy, like Tom Cruise. I wouldn't marry him, but I would divorce him, for sure. Like, he would be a blast to divorce, right?
Yes, he would.
But
and your lawyers would be sitting at a deposition going, "Oh, I can't wait to get in front of a judge with this shit." Cha-ching,
cha-ching. But, yeah, so, I mean, but what was my whole point? Yeah, he said, so that's why you kind of like him, because he says what he thinks, and nobody really gets to do that anymore, and he just doesn't give a shit. Like, Target, last I heard, was not pulling those sweaters because I was thrilled about that because even they realize this is ridiculous. Starbucks still putting out plain red cups. It's just crazy.
That's another thing. Guys, here's the craziest thing that has happened this last couple weeks in the future. We talked about this, didn't we? Starbucks put out a red and green cup, and people said it wasn't Christmassy.
What?
They said they hated Jesus.
Those are the jersey colors of Christmas.
Yeah, right? Yeah, basically, it's the throwback jersey of Christmas,
right?
Red and green, and yet they're talking.
You know what I'm drinking out of my not Christmassy red and green cup right now?
What?
Wait, listen. Do you know what that was?
Satan's sperm.
Christmas blend.
Oh, Christmas blend. There you go.
It's called Christmas blend.
See, you weren't. So you love Jesus.
I love Jesus.
It's actually it says Christmas blend on the thing at Starbucks.
It does, yeah.
But I heard they hated Jesus.
No, it turns out not.
Ah.
Turns out that was just a couple of crazy people that thousands of crazy media people latched onto and over-publicized and spread all over the world to represent a large group of people, even though it was probably only one or two people.
Interesting. So here's another update from the future, guys. We have amazing things. We literally are living in the future. There is a car built that you plug in at night, don't have to put any gas in. You can drive it 270 miles. It's faster than almost any sports car on the planet, and yet we're still dumb as shit. Here's the thing. In the future, the scary part is we have a few really super smart people and a lot of really dumb people. And in the future, some of the smart people are taking advantage of the really dumb people. They're actually inventing things that we don't really need because the dumb people will buy them. And there's these cell phones that I talked about earlier. They actually proved a long time ago that they cause brain cancer. Long time ago. If you hold it against your head long enough, it will actually create brain damage. And that drifted away because the smart people that make cell phones want the dumb people to keep buying them.
Like me.
I have. How many of these do I have? I have broken so many of these little cancer packs.
I don't break mine. I don't think I've ever broken one.
I've dropped 3 or 4. So what I use my headset now. Here's another thing in the future. Here's how cynical they are about us. So in the past, where you guys live, headphones. And if you go before where you guys live in the past. Headphones were really big. They were really big, and everybody looked like an air traffic controller. Mm-hmm. That's when headphones first came out, and they had big pads on it, and you can hear. And then over the years,
like B-52 bomber headphones,
you look like you were about to launch missiles into Dusseldorf, basically.
Almost a status symbol.
Bombs. You're gonna So. And then what happened was they got smaller. There was a thing called a Sony Walkman in the past, and they were kind of just wafers. And then they got slower. They became earbuds, tiny. And then they got so small that they couldn't make them any smaller. So now they got bigger.
Now they're huge.
Now they're monstrously huge and bright red.
A Brookstone for Crixmix this year, and I don't want to
Merry Crixmix
promote for a company, but I'm fitting to. They have headphones that have bright neon lights coming off of them. They're giant like Dre Beats looking headphones.
Right.
Cat ears on the top so that you can turn it on outward mode, and those cat ears are speakers. So you can either keep it in or let it go.
Or you can listen while you give your music to everybody else.
It's a party.
Wow.
In your pant.
I like parties.
But not in your pant.
No.
Out of your pants.
It's in your hair. Party on your head.
In your head. He'd.
So, and another thing, too. So then cell phones, way back where you guys live, cell phones were getting smaller and smaller and tinier. They were literally like little tiny postage stamps at one point. Remember? They were tiny flipper phones.
He doesn't remember.
And they had a little tiny antenna.
Not in his lifetime.
You would pull out. And then they started getting bigger and bigger and bigger. And now you can get a cell phone the size of basically a PG folder.
It's always weird to me when people take pictures in the merch line and they're holding up like a 7-inch iPad and taking pictures. And I'm like,
the 10-inch one. You're like, yeah.
There's no 10-inch iPad.
Yes, there is now.
Oh, my gosh.
Yes, there is.
Do you know what a bag phone is, Feedy?
A bag phone?
A bag phone.
Describe it.
I'm not going to describe it. Do you know what it is?
I don't know that name. No.
Okay. Go ahead.
I
describe
car
it.
Phones.
See what I mean? Those. We actually are in his future. We could do a whole podcast on the past for him.
I don't know what year we're broadcasting to. A place where there are old cell phones but no cars.
Well, we haven't got the cars yet.
Hey man, don't all. He's continuity checking us.
I know.
Right now.
What are you doing? Are you a script supervisor today? What are you doing? Stop.
Titus podcast. We're a hot mess. That's our slogan. So don't knock it. By the way, futuristic cars, which nice segue. Google has been testing the autonomous cars.
That little pod they're driving around.
It's like a little.
It looks like built by the Muppets. Like Jim Henson designed a car.
It's super
is what it
cute,
looks like
a little peanut, and it's got a little black hat on top.
Yeah.
It actually got pulled over by a cop in Mountain View, California, and of course they're monitoring it, so they have video of it and stuff. This cop pulls it over because it was only going 24 miles per hour in a 35 zone. And so he didn't know. He thought it was pulling someone over, and he goes up to write a ticket for someone, and there's no one in the car.
The autonomous car pulled itself over?
Yeah.
I love that. There you go. I know, man. Because you would think you would see, a helicopter. We're over L.A. right now. There's going to be a car chase going on. LAPD is chasing a Google vehicle of some sort at 24 miles an hour. We'll never pull over. I didn't know they had it set so we could pull. That's crazy.
How weird would that be when you walked up and there's no one in the driver's seat?
Okay, we're almost at 20 minutes. I'm going to let Feedy get on. We're at 20 minutes. Feedy can get on. 3, 2, 1. All right, you can go. Go on the mic. Get on the mic.
He's being punished for.
No. He just for 20 minutes. I think
are you over there waggling your hand like you want to say something?
He waved it.
Is that what he's doing behind me?
He had his hand in the air like he didn't care.
In the air?
I just wanted to say that
Make this good, by the way.
Yeah, man, you started out horribly right now.
Yeah. Come
Come
right out of the gate.
You just wanted to say.
The Google cars will also pull themselves over if somebody's like riding.
Are you on? Is your mic on?
Yeah.
No, it's not.
It's not. We don't hear you.
Can you hear me now?
You mean you just went over there and your mic wasn't turned all the way up and that was your whole intro?
And take 2.
I'm okay. The
Take
Google
3.
cars will also pull themselves over if they're like holding up traffic.
Really? So if they can see like 4 or 5
See
cars
how his
behind
voice
him?
doesn't make any sound waves? Something's
your
wrong with
volume
you.
up a little bit.
He did.
He's like the voice of a
Say
vampire.
Feedy test.
Feedy test.
Oh,
That's
I
better.
just wanted to
That's
hear him
better.
say that. There you go.
Okay.
Feedy test.
Yeah.
Take 3.
For the third time, the Google cars will pull themselves over if
Right.
they're like holding up traffic. Like they're going 24 and a 35 and people are like right up. They'll just pull over and let traffic pass, then get back on the road.
I love the Google cars, man. If every tiny little Asian woman would see that, how come we can't program like a Google car?
Well, I imagine they'll be the test subjects first. All women.
Primary demographic.
Every woman gets a free Google car. So they're in violation of the law. Obviously, the speed limit. You have to do the.
Who do you give the ticket to?
Well, he then realized what it was, and he started communicating with the operators. I guess there's a speaker. Do you know this?
Yeah,
Phoebe?
yeah. So they've got people controlling these cars from like a control center.
Right.
By the way, this is the future. Again, people.
But-
I know you listening right now don't understand what we're talking about, but this is the future. They have cars that drive themselves. Continue.
The neighborhood electric vehicle definition classification cited above means that the law sees these electric cars different than normal automobiles. The above one that they referenced was the regular law that cars must abide by the speed limit. So electric cars, these Google cars and Tesla too, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Autonomous cars, they are going to have a different set of rules, including the regulation that prohibits them from operating on roadways with speed limits higher than 35 miles per hour currently.
Tesla won't have it because it's also going. Tesla will never be 100% autonomous. The Google car is 100% autonomous. They don't even have a steering wheel. You get in it and you sit in the back and it takes you where you want to go.
But there's still somebody at a control center monitoring the cameras and stuff too. It's not like it's just the car
How is
circuitry and
that
stuff.
going to happen when they have 50,000 of them on the road?
I
Who's going to monitor what?
Who knows? I don't know. The same way the military monitors drones and stuff. I don't know.
So your Google car could kill you.
So a bag phone
Or
in
will
the
it kill-
90s.
Okay.
Awesome. Super. I mean, you were cutting. At first, there were phones that were about the size of a brick.
It wasn't in the 90s. It was in the 80s.
With a 6-inch antenna. Oh,
I've
no.
seen those
The
in
bag phone came out in
movies.
the 90s, early 90s.
I had a phone in
Whoa.
my car when I had my first car, so I had a car phone. So
Yeah. No. Bag phone first. No, actually, giant brick phone first.
Yeah.
That was 80s, right? Late 80s, a giant brick phone. So the
No,
cell phones, they were about this big.
Late 70s.
No way.
Girl,
Was
just
a back
beca-
phone something you had like in a satchel?
No, she lived.
He said satchel.
Wow, that's great.
I stood at the lectern with my satchel and talked about getting suitors.
By the way, again, we're covering the whole past from the future today. So, no,
He's
you're
already
wrong.
shaking his
You're
head.
wrong. When
I'm
was
sorry,
the-
you said satchel.
Feedy, go look when the first cell phones came out. Go look at bag phones. Go look when the first.
And then
you come
first
back.
cell phones. And then you could come back, but come back
You
with
have
a
a
little more
giant, really
gusto.
fast computer right there.
Computer.
Yeah.
So bag phones, they were actually in a bag. It was actually mounted in a bag, and the bag itself had an antenna, and
And
so
a
you
battery.
could and a cigarette lighter plug. So you'd plug it into your cigarette lighter in your Mazda GLC when you were going out to the club.
What year?
85.
No, I'm asking what year these came out.
Oh, this was not in 1985 for me. My father just thought my first car should be a really old 1985 Mazda GLC hatchback
All right.
with 4 speeds.
It's good we take our children, put them in a cheap car, and they get easily killed in.
1990 for the bag.
Oh, yeah.
When did the first cell phones come out?
Right on the border.
Car phones in 1980, car phones 1985.
1990, if you didn't hear that I was right, everyone.
It was
Next.
a year before I was born.
You were born in 91?
Wow.
You're a little nugget. A little feet nugget.
Little fetus nugget. So when was the big first brick phones coming out?
Well, there's like radio phones. Those don't count. Handheld mobile
Because I had
phones.
one in my car when I was a kid. I had one in my car.
There it is.
Wow.
1973.
Oh, you were right.
Boom.
73? Did you see people with
73.
those? I mean, I wasn't
Yeah.
alive, so it
No,
doesn't
when
count.
it was weird. I was a kid, so when you had, it was like 9 or 10.
Look at that dumbass holding that giant phone.
When you said, "Look at that dumb ass holding," you said, "Look at that dumb ass hold." But it's not like you said. So, yeah, you see, and people are like this. Yeah, it's a phone. Yeah, I'm on a phone.
Post that picture right now on the Facebook page, Titus Podcast.
The problem, that's Titus's dad. The
Yeah.
problem with that is that there was only 3 other people that had them, so
Yeah.
your group wasn't that big. You know, you'd go into your numbers, your saved numbers, and it would only save 4 numbers because only 4 people had phones.
Did they have saved numbers back then?
Yeah, you were number 1, and then number 2.
You mean it was like a piece of pad
Number
that was
3.
stuck, a piece of paper stuck
Number
to the back
4.
of the phone
Yeah, they did not have numbers saved. No.
with a pencil?
And we now have and in the future here we have like 50, 60, 70 different apps that actually, do they cure cancer?
Yes.
Do they raise money for the homeless?
Yes.
Do they cure any other disease? No,
Yes.
they let people. No, they actually don't. They let people in 140 characters talk shit to each other and make smart-ass comments. Although I will say some people are quite funny. And some people use it for positivity.
I tweeted a link yesterday to the LA Mission, which you can go to, losangelesmission.org, and you can donate per person to feed a homeless person for Thanksgiving is $2.03. That's it. So you can go and give $2.03 if you want, or if you give 36, it feeds like 19 people. It's crazy. And so I used my Twitter yesterday to post that link. So that actually does not apply to me. But seriously, for people listening right now, go do that.
So for $40.60, you can feed 20 people.
Sure.
I love that it's the
Not
added.
even checking your
I
math.
pay monthly to.
They added the 3. They added the 3 cents. Like it, 2 wasn't enough. $2 wasn't
Well,
enough.
if you think
whoa,
that
whoa,
they
whoa.
don't have,
Service charge?
they were saying on their website, because I was flipping through yesterday because we're gathering some things to take there, and I was flipping through. They know how much they need year to year. I mean, these people, they're on Skid Row, right? So they were saying that they need food donations too, but they were saying 1,800 pounds of turkey still won't scratch the surface. It's like, it's crazy how many people show up to get food on Thanksgiving there. So they probably have it down to a science exactly how
so
much.
if you live in LA or wherever you live, do me a favor, call your local mission and just say, what would it cost to feed 10 people? If everybody fed 10 people, what do we have? How many listeners we have times that by 10? It's like $40 people, $50. So that's 100 people of 10. We could feed 100 people with all the Titus podcast listeners.
There you go.
Yeah. But do that. Why not do that? I did it. I'm going to do it today, actually. You did it already. Because we're together that I did it too. Because I'm actually riding on your good nature.
You were actually out probably beating up homeless people for looking at you sideways. I was at home.
I was not.
Giving.
I don't beat
Look at
them
him.
up
Look.
if they look at me
Look, our
sideways.
son actually he knows his father.
What are you talking about? Have you ever seen me beat
Feet
up a homeless
nugget.
person?
Tell
I've
him.
seen you yell angrily on the highway, which is kind of in that same spectrum.
Yeah, but they were in a car that wasn't homeless. They weren't homeless.
You've seen him yell at homeless people for sure. Everyone.
No.
Oh yeah,
he
you do.
doesn't. No, he
The
doesn't.
crazy
Oh,
ones.
I do. The only time you ever see me yell at a homeless person is if they come up to me crazy. If they come ask for $1, I either give them $1, $5, or I say, sorry, man. And that's it. Those are my 3 responses.
Yeah, because most homeless people are so well adjusted.
If you come up to me and you go, man, I'm going to take you out. Yeah, you want to go? I go, get the away from me. I do.
You don't like when they say nice shirt.
That's untrue.
Or, hey, what did that one guy call you? It was something like Skipper or something.
No.
What was it?
No. I was in Cleveland walking around one day, and
Dracula.
This dude walked up to me. Okay, here's the thing. Here's the thing. I get that that I'm white. That, like, again, this color is only found in napkin factories. I understand that. But this guy walked up to me aggressively, like not at a fast walk, walked up, put his hand on my chest, and said, "Yo, Dracula, let me talk to you for a minute." And I did my best, Titus, I'm going to kick your ass face. And I said, "You don't fucking know me, man." And this guy took 2 steps back and went, Sorry, man. Even his voice changed. He went from, yo, Dracula, let me talk to you. Oh, sorry, man. And he walked away.
I don't know if that was a skin tone reference. Your face is pretty like gaunt and scary sometimes. So
Okay, someone got fired. Go back to the computer.
Oh no, you can stay. I like this role. I like where you're going with this.
No,
yeah, I
no,
bet you're right.
no.
he's just tall and like I don't know. Like,
Dracula.
Sexy like Dracula.
Which Dracula are you thinking about?
The sexy Dracula.
Which one?
just like
Not
I was just thinking vampire in general.
Not Bela Lugosi.
Do you know who you kind of look like? It's not Dracula, but he was the uncle, the Dracula-ish guy on the Munsters.
I look like Herman Munster. I do not look like Grandpa.
Grandpa, that was his name, not Uncle.
You look like Grandpa. Both of you look like Grandpa. Shut up.
Now that my mom's
apparently
bald.
I look like a active shooter at all times.
Yeah, you do.
To you.
No,
people-
you act like an
No,
active shooter.
did you? Yeah, I'm saying, go pull up James Holmes'
Oh
picture.
my God.
With
Go
my,
pull it up. Go pull up James Holmes' picture
wow,
right
I didn't
now.
even think about that.
Go
He
pull it
looks
up right now.
exactly like James Holmes.
Is that crazy? Like I told him, I said for Halloween you should have gone as James Holmes. Red or just it should have just said he should have worn a orange jumpsuit that said Joker on it.
Oh wait, are you posting on the Titus podcast page as yourself?
Yeah.
Post on there as Titus podcast so everyone sees it. We haven't given him password.
Look! People, okay,
Yeah.
if you want to know what fetus looks like, go look at.
Oh my gosh!
Holy
you
crap!
do.
Even you see it, right?
Oh my God!
Yeah, that's right. Okay, wait, put that on there. Get your phone out. You need to take a picture of him sitting next to himself.
No, absolutely.
Yeah.
Not.
Oh my God, look at that. That's the creepiest thing I've ever seen in my life. Oh my God. That's even how you look when you told the story about the Batman thing, where you put on the Batman costume. That was his face.
I'm getting a haircut tomorrow.
Well, turns out he did too. So you'll just look like that picture of him recently, right above.
Oh my dude, it's well, he doesn't look like that. Is that what he looks like now?
I guess so. I guess
James
he's-
Holmes, by the way, people were looking at. He looks like a turtle now. I don't know what happened to him. Early on in his Joker orange hair, he looked totally crazy and exactly like Fetus Farmer. Now he looks a bit like a turtle.
Left.
He looks like a turtle.
The one to the right. That's you. That's freaky. That is freaky.
Dude, tell me that's not you. Does that freak you out? Get back on the mic.
Come back.
You look just like him. It's the weirdest thing in the world.
But I don't act like him.
That is true. Well, that's true. But your history, if you snapped, we would understand why.
Sometimes your eyes twitch a little bit when I talk to you, when I make fun of you. There's something.
Oh no, that's just memories of past
Girls.
instances flashing in my eyes.
It's like an insecurity earthquake happening behind his eyes. You just see the tremor.
Oh yeah,
It's
totally.
right.
So
Fair enough.
The stories you told about okay, because we all have psychological damage to certain things. Bombshell and I just had a long conversation about the basically the damage that your parents put in you. Here in the future, by the way, we have therapists, and therapists think that no one should ever bother you. That everything you have is a problem and a syndrome, and you shouldn't get over it. People should understand that you have a big problem that needs to be dealt with. Things like what's a big thing right now? ADHD,
Anxiety.
Anxiety is bad.
Social anxiety.
You should be happy all the time, all the 100% time. Crazy people are happy all the time. But here in the future, we all think that you should take, and if you're not happy all the time, you should have some medication so you're happy all the time. But the medication might make you kill yourself. Because what happens when you're happy all the time? You want to kill yourself. Happy should be a reward, not a constant.
And so do others.
There you go. So you got damaged pretty hard, but I know she does it to me too. Bombshell has this way of talking to you. If she talks to you, if she gives you a little verbal cut, it feels like that first time at the 7th grade dance when you walked up for that first time to ask a girl to dance, and she didn't even say no. She went,
But I wasn't that girl.
I know, but
I think when I'm hanging out with you guys, because I always had more guy friends than girls because I identified with guys and I was like one of the dudes in my brain. I'm one of the dudes,
right?
But not in your brains.
No, because you look like you look.
So I'm just like being a dude, like how you talked about in Love is Evil, how you do the bro test and you say, nice shoes or nice Crocs or whatever. And he goes, these are my favorite shoes. Not a dude.
Yeah.
But the dude that goes, I'm going to wear these shoes as long as you wear that shirt.
Yeah.
Brother.
Yeah, right, exactly.
That's how I feel. So when I rip you or whatever, I just think I'm one of the dudes. And then he looks like he's going to go curl up in the fetal position and cry. And I don't know. In the fetus position. You cry in the fetus position.
No.
Do you remember that? He cries.
You do. You totally cry.
He usually cries on a ledge.
How often do you cry a week now?
Oh, I haven't cried in like over a year.
And he also taught himself not to cry at school.
That was the saddest
That
sentence ever
was
said.
a funny. I've never laughed so hard in my life.
What? When did you move here?
Last September. So, it's been
So
over
you
a
haven't
year.
really cried since you've been in Los Angeles, which
No,
is when most people
not at
cry.
all.
Yeah, about a
I
year.
haven't cried since my grandfather's funeral a month before I moved here.
Oh, way to buzzkill the moment.
Okay, well, I'm sorry.
I was hoping it was going to be some other horrible tragedy that some girl put on you.
I
But
haven't had a tragedy like with a girl in a really long time.
Yeah, but you've also closed yourself off. You're not really.
Yeah.
You like you'll go out with it, and you're like, and you just don't let it get close enough to jack you up.
I'm just kind of indifferent about it right now.
Right? Okay.
liar.
Oh yeah, I'm lying. I'm just.
There
sitting
is
here
no
lying.
indifference inside of you
Yeah,
whatsoever.
Okay.
We'll call your.
It is all difference.
It's just anger simmering. That's all it is.
There's
Anger
emotion simmering. You want love. You are looking for love.
I'm looking for love in probably all the wrong places.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Like
Almost definitely.
not even
100%.
almost 100%.
Well, I'm sure
Yeah.
the chicks are just packed the X-wing competition.
Absolutely not.
No, is there?
Is
any
it all
girls that are-
dudes?
Most of the time it's mostly guys. Yeah.
Total sausage.
Most of the time, it's mostly guys. There's a lot of
No chicks. Star Wars fans?
modifiers in that sentence.
Also, I don't know. Well, tabletop gaming isn't really a thing you see a lot of girls at anyway.
Really.
Yeah.
Tabletop.
Yeah, like
What is non-tabletop gaming?
like board games, like I don't know, like Settlers of Catan or like classic board games like Monopoly or whatever.
There are groups that play Monopoly.
Well, there are tons of local like game stores around Los Angeles, and they probably most of them have like game night, and people go in and they just play board games. Okay, snore all you want, but some of us use that time to unwind and have a good time
Without girls.
Without women. Okay.
You know what they talk about?
Okay, wait.
Man, we can't get laid. My move.
Park Place, bitch.
It's not the only thing we talk about.
Taking my TIE fighter up your ass, bro.
So there
Man, I wish
are
there was girls here.
groups of people who play regular board games like Uno.
Yeah,
Oh,
He is never.
I would so be down.
I be drunk.
Do you play with
drunk
any of those
Jenga?
groups?
yeah.
I am so into
What games do you play?
So we play like I said, Settlers of Catan's a really
Nobody
popular
knows what
game.
that is.
Lots of people know.
Let's
what that game
do a
is.
real board game.
Seller of what?
Settlers of Catan. It's a huge board game. It's one of
Nobody.
the most popular board
It's
games.
I don't like
monstrous
it.
because we don't even know about
Well,
it.
you're old.
Oh.
Ow! Hey! Ooh!
Hey!
Yay! Little jab!
Look at our boy.
Pop, pop,
Look
you-
at our little
Look
boy.
what you did! Look what you did!
You did that all by
So,
yourself.
very
Yes, you
nice.
did.
Go ahead. Very nice.
Who's a big boy?
That was
We
good.
play Cards Against Humanity.
Oh, we
Love that game.
We
Yep.
love that
really
game.
good. We'll play Risk. We've played Risk before.
Okay.
That's the ender of friendships.
It ended friendships.
Well, it just gets really heated, and you yell at people when they backstab you.
Risk.
Yeah.
So this group of people that you do this with, it's not like groups that are Monopoly groups. It's
No,
actually
no.
a group that does gaming,
Yeah.
tabletop gaming, and you do different games.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, okay. I would be so down for. I love Uno. I'm all about some Uno
Again, man.
and that
Draw
base.
4.
Love Uno. That's my.
Drunk Jenga. Drunk Jenga. I got it. Hold on. Because see, drunk
No,
Jenga.
that dude.
We
you
played
don't-
that in college where you wrote rules on the wooden pieces, and you had to do whatever you pulled.
That's
on the
brilliant.
piece.
That's brilliant. Like
Yeah.
almost like a truth or dare
Yep.
Jenga.
Yep.
That's kick ass.
Yeah.
I don't. Do they do that? Have they produced truth or dare Jenga?
No, it's just kind of a custom
They
thing.
should do that. That's brilliant. Cards Against Humanity Jenga. That'd be kick
Well,
ass.
if it got uncomfortable, you just knock it over on your turn.
Yeah.
That makes no sense.
But
Like,
if you knock it over, you have to do something really bad.
Strip
or you have
naked?
to chug out of the giant bowl.
Yeah,
or
if
whatever.
it knocks over, there's another pile of things that you have to take from and do
Probably.
whatever it
Yeah,
says in
yeah,
that
yeah.
one. There you go. We just gave someone a new game. You're welcome, Parker Brothers. All
I
right.
have played Strip Uno before.
So here. You really? And how did that go?
Wild card, baby.
What happens when you have to take off 4?
No, draw 4. What?
I'm sorry. I don't remember the game. All I thought of was taking your clothes off to a card game.
Oh, it's the card game that put it over the top.
No, it's taking your clothes off to put it over the top.
Why are you talking like that?
Because I'm thinking of you taking your clothes off.
Okay, we're all really uncomfortable at this point. Ew. Everybody at home just clicked it off.
It's all right.
We can now.
I
We're now
almost-
free to say
by the
what
way,
we
by the way,
want.
that's why I was talking
Everyone
like
in the
that. 'cause I
past
was,
is like, the future's weird.
yeah,
Yeah.
the future's weird. But by the way, just so you know, when you talk about you taking your clothes off to a card game, I start clicking it off. Listen,
Polishing your doom buggy.
I was polishing a doom buggy.
In the future,
Yes,
people are extremely narcissistic. In case you didn't know that, see, back where you guys live,
my turn to talk.
I'm sorry, but I'm talking.
Okay.
and I know it's called the Titus podcast. In the future, people name podcasts after themselves. And all it is, it's because they couldn't get a radio show, and they sit in their own basement with their own homemade equipment and talk for an hour.
We're actually talking on a ham radio. Ham radios are from your time, people.
Yes. So in the future, everyone takes pictures of themselves. They don't take pictures of other people. And look, everybody knows how I feel about this.
They call these selfies.
I'm not going to go off on it again. I'm just going to say that there is now in the future a martial art that is specifically designed for selfie stick users.
You kidding me? What's it called?
I'm not kidding you. It's called MPD fight, monopod fighting. This is reported by the BBC.
What?
Yeah.
It's just basically fighting with a bow staff.
Martial arts experts in Moscow have devised a new fighting technique.
So basically, you just use your selfie stick as basically from what the Sith Lord used in Star Wars. Really? Oh man, what is? But I love that the Russians were the first one to come up with something so innocuous. You could kill someone with that. Watch this.
The Russians know how to kill someone with anything.
Hand me your selfie stick, because while you kick his ass, you can take pictures of kicking his ass while you kick his ass. It's going to be amazing.
Russia has actually put out, they have started, their interior ministry has launched a safe selfie campaign because people are now getting hurt. In the future, people get hurt and die.
Getting hit by cars. Here in the future, by the way, people are so narcissistic, they walk out into a street to get themselves with a building behind them and get hit by a car. That's how stupid we are here in the future. We actually believe, here's the thing, we've been convinced that the future is incredibly safe and that we can do anything. Oh, one more thing. In the future, we've all been told we're super important. We're not just billions of little crappy people on some rock floating through space. We're all really special.
Yeah. This is kind of his generation, right? Except you were kept down by that one bitch at school, so you should thank her someday.
Absolutely not.
Okay.
And you've taken it over. You've kind of actually taken over the reins of that.
I haven't taken over the reins of that. I am raising him to be a man. And you'll be glad someday when some chick meets you and she thinks that you're kind of tough and cool and badass and you take shit and give it right back.
Before.
It will. I know.
It will. You hang out with her long enough, it will.
You'll have a thick enough skin and she'll poke you and you'll poke her right back and not in that way. I know where your brain just went.
Well, really?
You'll poke her
not
back.
bed stuff.
You'll poke her back and then she'll let you poke her.
Right. And you'll think to me, I thank God for her. Thank God that she raised me into this man. That's all I'm saying. Because at the same time, I've already said this. I've been very clear about this. That I also feel that if I saw some bitch talking to him that way or treating him like she did, or if I ever meet her, so you probably should never take me home to meet your family, there's going to be some trouble.
Yeah. She might wake up missing a kidney.
Or something.
Yep.
I'll go ghetto, old school. Take off my big gold earrings, my high heels, my hair.
Because Fetus is from the future.
Yeah, me.
How does your generation actually even look at themselves? Do they have any self-awareness of the stupidity that they have?
Oh, absolutely. But they think that it's everyone else that's stupid instead of them. So they're on the internet and they're like, man, sometimes I'm dumb, but I'm definitely not as dumb as some of these other people.
Okay, all right. Well, so that's weird. That weird stuff. The guy at the drag races, he had to be 50. Big beard, bear-looking guy, type 2 obese, and smoking. And I was just like, I just want to go. You should be able to walk around with a stun gun that you could just put in people's hearts and just take them out right then. Because why have them ruin our economy with all the health care they're going to need? You put on 95 pounds. It's hanging over your belt in the shape of a dinner plate, which you probably use as a dinner plate when you don't have your dinner plate, and then you're smoking on top of it. I don't understand why in the future in 2015 we're so stupid. Anybody?
People want to be happy.
No, people are special and nothing's going to happen to them. We all feel so safe. Now I'll tell you what, take that same guy, put him in Syria for a couple weeks. I think you've dropped some weight. The Syria diet is pretty harsh, pretty quick. You lose weight quick because one of your legs gets blown off.
Well, you said earlier that everyone's just in this constant pursuit to be happy all the time.
Yeah.
And that's what the problem is. Well, people just, because of that, they do all these things that make them happy all the time. That guy wants to eat and smoke, and that makes him happy.
Then he turns on the intranet, and he goes and watches some porn and jerks off.
And then he comments on YouTube.
Yeah, then he goes,
angrily.
This porn movie was stupid, man. I've seen better titties on a goat. Yeah.
And that's 50% of the future.
It's more than 50%.
You think so?
Is there a positive side of the internet? Have you seen a positive response? Have you seen a comment page where you're like, this is phenomenal?
Oh, I stay off all comment pages.
Yeah, right. I stopped looking at mine. Although I will have to say, and Ticketmaster to see me live, I have a 97% rating. Boom!
See, I don't look at that. I can't. I care so little. I think if I started to look at it, I would care, and I don't want to care. I'd like to continue to be just dumb and blind to all of it.
And that's how we are in the future. I would say if I had to give you a slogan for the future, even in the future, when we have these amazing things, we still continue to be dumb and blind.
I just choose to be blissfully ignorant.
I didn't say amazing things. Did I? Said something totally
It was like
different.
when you're on stage the other night and you phrased a sentence very backwards and Yoda-like.
And I stopped it.
You acknowledged, well, you acknowledged it.
That was a good show,
That was
man.
hilarious.
The second show we had was probably, and you were getting cheers. You guys don't understand. Bombshell opens the show. So when you come see us in Denver this week, we're going to get Denver at the Comedy Works Landmark. When you come see us this week in Denver, Thursday
through Saturday.
So me and Bombshell and I work together, and Bombshell opens the show. And it's weird because I've a couple times I've had other people go in front of her to warm them up for her. And it's weird. The show doesn't get started to you at the stage. So she just said, just let me do it. She's gotten so good at opening. So she's in L.A., in Burbank, at this club. And by the end of her set, you're getting cheers. The opening act doesn't get cheers. You get cheers. It's crazy.
It was quite good.
It was quite good. And then I had one of the best sets I ever had with a new show. I was silly, but it was fun. It was great. It was great. So if you want to come see us in Denver, we're going to be there Thursday, Friday, and Saturday.
18 through 20, right?
Yeah.
Makes us happy. Denver, that's my home club. Makes me happy. Those are our people, the audience, because we're there twice a year. One year we were there 3 times that year, and you finally said, whoa, I can't write this fast. Yeah. So 2 times a year, and the people that come to the show are like family, the people that run the club and own the club. It's crazy.
And I want you guys to know something. This young comedian that I raised, Bombshell Rae, this young funny person that I took under my wing and held her to my bosom, has now gotten to a place where she's so good.
Held you to your salty breast.
She knows all that. She knows she's got her foundation.
Giggle.
Held her to my salty breast. Wow,
yeah.
That is so
Gross.
not a compliment and weird. That's the weirdest. Well, it's not so bad, but it's just bad enough where you go, ew. It's not.
You're not even sure why you're saying
yeah. Held me close to her salty breast. Mm.
Oh, there's a little. You brought out the Hitler voice a little bit in the last show too.
The Hitler voice came. Oh, for 1 second, yeah.
For 1 second, you brought it out.
I talk about how when you have kids, you get to be the dictator for a while. When they're little, you're a dictator. You get to be the Hitler. Oh, I'm the Hitler now. You will do what I say. Homework, bedtime, and then you will invade Poland. So here's the thing. So come see us. Bombshell has actually decided that she wants to quit comedy. And now I told her, no, don't do that. And she says, I feel like I'm not saying what I want to say. So if you go to Denver this week,
I don't know about
you're going to see all. Oh, yeah, you are.
Don't promise I'm doing anything.
Oh, yes, you are. You're going to see all new Bombshell.
I know
new
that
attitude.
highlight bling.
New attitude. You can't say.
It can only mean one thing. No? Nobody? Drake? Anybody? Okay. Oh, I got 1 thumbs up. No? All right.
I'm not doing the dance.
After the dance,
come on.
I just can't
absolutely
sing
not
it.
doing
After
the
watching
dance.
the dance, I was like, do you get to a place where you get so famous people go, yeah, that's good, man. Keep doing that. No, that looks great.
And yet, you're still talking about it. So, bravo.
It was just
Drake.
a brilliant marketing strategy.
Brilliant.
Yeah.
Brilliant.
Even white people are like, dude, really, bro?
I can't get that song out of my head, though.
It's
I will
pretty
say, Started From the Bottom, that was the one that song was eternally stuck in my head, and I got stuck in my brother's head because we were listening to it when we were on tour. Started From the Bottom, now we're here.
And in 2 weeks, people, we're going to be at, we have this crazy tour coming up. That's crazy.
You're going to my neck of the woods.
Yeah, we're going.
I know, we're going to be close to your neck,
Really
actually.
close, yeah.
Syracuse on December 1st, 1 show only at the Funny Bone there. December 2nd, Albany Funny Bone, 1 show only. December 3rd, Hartford, Connecticut, 1 show only. And then we're going to hit the Baumhart Theater in Louisville. You're welcome, because I said it right. Louisville on Friday the 4th, and Cincinnati on Saturday the 5th at the Jarson Kaplan Theater at Aronoff Center. 5 nights, man. And if it snows, we're screwed.
Oh,
Yeah,
it's
we're
going to
done.
snow.
Oh my gosh.
We got to rent a 4-wheeler.
I put our show in January. We're doing that Grand Rapids, Michigan, Minneapolis, Milwaukee run again. And last year we totally lucked out. And because we drove in between 2 of them. And the lady I talked to yesterday in Grand Rapids, that's all the way up in Grand Rapids, she said it hasn't snowed there yet. And they're all getting a little worried.
Uh-oh.
When it hits like a hammer. Though.
Oh my gosh.
Well, we got El Nino coming, so we're gonna be all right.
They've been saying that for months.
In the future, by the way, also the ocean's temperatures have risen 3 degrees, which means that in the future we've destroyed the planet. So basically, slowly we're killing off species. Like about 10,000 species a year are dying off, and weather around the world is getting worse and worse. So you guys in the past keep listening. Maybe you can change it if you start now, because by the time we get to 2015, we're kind of fucked.
Go see an elephant, because in 20 years they may not exist anymore.
Yeah, we've seen elephants.
We've seen evidence.
Yeah, evidence. I've seen some big evidence, man.
Up close. And
Yeah,
personal. Really, really close. Where it was mad dogging me. It was looking at me straight in the eyeball, and its ears, it flared its ears out. And we had just heard from our African tribesman guide who was driving us around that the most dangerous of the big five are...
Not the cougar, not the leopard, not the tiger,
The
not the
elephants.
lion. It's the elephant.
And the elephant sometimes will charge the safari trucks.
Yeah.
Hippos are dangerous too.
We
Yeah.
saw them.
They're
They were
like
just
number
fat
2.
and stupid. We
More,
didn't-
hippos kill more people a year than any other large animal.
Yeah, but elephants, they said elephants, if they decide, 'cause they're so smart, they will F you up, man. Elephants have no problem.
No, we didn't see hippos, did we? We saw
Yeah, no.
rhinos.
We got to stay at this place, guys. We were in this cool place. What was the name of the camp? Remember the camp?
Uh-huh.
What was it called?
Mm-hmm.
Fort something,
Yep.
John's camp,
Forest.
Bob's camp.
Up in there.
Yeah, so
Way down deep down
And here's
south.
how you're in the jungle. We have got
What was
like
it called?
we got 20 foot
Something forest.
We got
Kruger National Park.
Kruger
What
National-
country?
But
South
that wasn't the
Africa.
camp we stayed in. So they've got this. They've got these 20-foot.
Oh, that was
fence.
called Jock.
Yeah,
Jock Safari Lodge.
Yeah, Jock Safari Lodge, and they've got barbed wire all around it, and 20 feet high, and you're like, oh, it's interesting, and then you realize outside the barbed wire, there's monkeys that'll take your shit, leopards that will kill you,
Yeah, for sure.
tigers that will kill you, and lions that will kill you.
Not tigers, yo.
Not tigers, you're right. Not
This
tigers.
is Africa.
You're right, lions that will kill you, and then they had hippos. We were sitting on
Rhinos.
We're having yeah, that's right. We were having rhinos. We were sitting there having drinks at the bar,
Yeah.
watching rhinos through the fence. It was the coolest thing ever.
You don't really know what you saw, do you?
I don't know.
He saw animals that don't exist here.
Yeah.
He was drinking. No, when you would walk, because at night you'd go to this communal dinner thing where all the people, and it wasn't a lot of people, it's like 20 people that are
it was
staying
great.
at the lodge. And we had our own dude, he was for reals. He had a lot of wives, and he lived up in the place that I forget now
Wasn't
that
he
still had a king.
Yeah,
And,
no, he was one of the higher ups.
He was part of a tribe. But anyway, he had a bunch of wives. And he would sit with us every night for dinner, and he was like assigned to us. But we would go for this communal dinner thing,
He
and
didn't
they
wanna
would
hang with
tell
us.
you, he was cool, right?
Yeah, he was great.
They would tell you that when you walked at night to watch where you were stepping, and when you go under trees, go really fast, because these big snakes hang out up in these trees, and the monkeys are all there, and monkeys will take your shit out of your hands, and it's crazy.
Snakes and large spiders will.
And we
drop
had
on you.
mosquito netting around our bed. Like, it was the real deal.
the real
It was
deal, yeah.
really crazy.
Yeah.
We were a little freaked out and totally geeked out.
Yeah, it was the best. It was the best. Kruger National Forest, man. I'm glad we got to see it before the future destroys it, because the future's slowly killing us.
Yeah. And they're killing rhinos there, cutting off their horns.
Yeah.
So sad.
So they can grind it up for male enhancement. Because in the
Indeed.
future, penises are more important than peace.
True that. There you go. There's your T-shirt.
There you
Penises
go.
are more important than peace.
Welcome to the internet.
By the way, speaking of penises, I don't know. How do you segue
I
that?
brought
This
it up.
episode was brought to you by Harry's. This is a really cool month.
What the hell? Oh, it's Men's Health Month. That's
Right.
why.
Right there. Okay.
Yeah, and
there.
See?
testicular
Right.
cancer. Yeah.
Good.
So Harry's is a major sponsor in the Movember movement. If you, like I said in the beginning, if you don't know what it is, it's where dudes grow facial hair, visible facial hair, and it's all about raising awareness about men's health.
Testicular cancer, prostate cancer. Guys don't like talking about it. Guys, you don't see guys sit around and go, dude, man, my prostate's the size of grapefruit, bro. Can I get another beer?
Testes. I wish
Yeah.
men would call them testes. Balls is, we've done that long enough.
My left nut looks like a plum. I should probably go see a doctor.
No,
we don't talk
My
like
left
that.
testy
Yeah, I know.
looks like. Start using the word testy with your dude friends and see what comes of that.
You won't have any dude friends. It'll
Hey
stop
man,
really
my
quick.
testes.
Dude, stop
are
talking like that, bro. Dude, what the fuck is wrong with you? We don't talk about that.
So
Listen,
Movember.
we
Oh, that-
all die without knowing.
If
all
it wasn't
right?
cool before, that's how I'm going to get
We're
cool
making
talking to people.
Yeah,
Oh,
we're,
right.
We're
Yeah.
making a blood pact.
You
We're all
should
gonna
you
die.
should say that to girls.
We're all gonna die from
It's
butt.
okay.
nut
I gave
cancer.
myself a self-testing exam today, and everything's all good.
He's about to blow. Every time he talks, cut him off again. His head actually will pop off. Go ahead. What do you want to say? Little pickle.
I have nothing to say.
How are your testes?
No, it's all right. I was doing a bit, and you guys just cut
I
right
didn't.
through it. Both of you did.
Blame
You
it on
guys
him.
were both talking. Blah, blah. Go, you're off the mic. Go.
Fair.
Okay, go sit down. You're off the mic.
When you go out on a date with a girl, if you do get in bed with her, just say, hey, lick my testes. Just see how that goes over.
I've shaved my testes. Have you heard about Harry's razors?
Bring back the word testes. So anyway, Harry's Movember.
Yeah. That's another thing, guys. You know, women like you to manscape a little bit. I will say this about
They do.
the Harry's
We
razors.
do. Not a little bit.
They are very, very, very efficient.
Precise, yeah.
Yeah, efficient, and they will make you lickable, guys. That's all I'm saying.
I don't know if that's the slogan that Harry's wants us. So if you go to Harry's, maybe people are new to this podcast. You don't know how we love Harry's. We love this product. We use this product. And actually, we just got news that there's a new Crix Mix thing coming up. Little surprise, little spoiler. But
There is coming up something Harry's. There's some sort of promotion coming up.
not going to tell you.
Oh, listen to the podcast next week.
But anyway, if you go to harrys.com.
They are donating some of the. By the way, you guys order harrys.com. You go get that. You get the razor. You get the shaving thing. You get and they're going to donate a certain amount of money to help men's health. If you got to stop nut and butt cancer.
What?
Nut and butt cancer. It doesn't say that though.
So they have this starter set that you can get gel or foam and the razor blades with the spare razor blades and the handle.
Foaming gel's the best. It smells so cool.
It is the shite. But it's $15 and it comes in the coolest box. They deliver it. You don't have to go anywhere and they deliver it for free. It's Crix Mixes coming up. It's a brilliant holiday season. Get these, keep them in your closet, give them to people this is actually a perfect gift. You know how everybody does those, like the white elephant gifts, but not the cheesy gifts.
Right.
And you have a $1 limit. So the starter set for all that crap is $15. If you go to harrys.com, you use promo code Titus, you get $5 off your first order. So you get it for $10. So you definitely have the best present at the office party if you do this.
Did you mention the free shipping?
I did.
All right,
That's
good.
Feedy's favorite part.
All right, guys, harrys.com. So again, from the future, razors aren't locked up in a thing.
No, they deliver them.
And they deliver them to your house, and they're only $10 instead of 4 for $18.
You get 3 blade cartridges
Yeah.
for $10.
Right.
Like and the gel
Because the future's amazing.
and
There's some upside to the future.
that is the only upside. Well, there's another upside. So Charlie Sheen is HIV positive.
Yeah.
I don't know if you heard.
And now it's Bombshell Rae with the Bombshell News,
I've
and
got-
she's going to drop this bombshell. What happened?
You know what it did. I've been putting the news throughout this podcast.
I know. I
it was
noticed. It was
sort
kinda
of
slick,
brilliant.
actually.
But Charlie Sheen is HIV positive.
Because I had nothing to talk about. Thank you.
So yesterday you said, I called you. This is 2 comedians talking. I go, hey, this is crazy. Did you hear that Charlie Sheen has HIV? And you said, who won the poll? And I said, which was funny. And then I said, everyone.
Everybody, yeah, we all knew. Charlie Sheen having it's like hearing it didn't hit me like I thought it would hit me. I didn't go, oh my God. I wasn't surprised at all. It was like if someone said, hey, did you know Putin rapes tigers?
Right.
Yeah, you're right. Of
Exactly.
course he does. Of course
Right.
he rapes tigers.
Christopher Titus has anger issues. What?
Wow.
What?
Wow. Bombshell Rae is a little bit wishy-washy. What?
Oh, please, of course.
I'm going to be a comedian. I'm not going to be a comedian. Come on, you.
I don't know.
Yeah, you got to stop.
I know when the highlight blinks.
Stop singing now. So Charlie Sheen. Charlie Sheen is a human petri dish. He has literally had sex with so many different people. Hookers and and he said he has a famous quote. He said, "I don't pay hookers to come over and have sex with me. I pay them to have sex with me and leave. That's why I pay." So he's been. And by the way, I don't think he's been unabashed about it, and he should be.
He's been hiding this for 4 years.
But so maybe 4 years ago when he lost his shit, when it went crazy, maybe there was a reason.
Was that 4 years ago?
That was about 4 years ago.
I was wondering. I thought it was like 2.
Fetus, pull up when Charlie Sheen went crazy on 2.5
The
Men.
tiger blood thing.
Tiger blood.
So
Winning.
basically, he's paid people. He is now admitting in an interview with Today Show that he paid people to keep this quiet.
What kind of asshole uses AIDS against you? And I hope they can find those people and put them in jail for blackmail. That's crazy.
And people were black. I didn't even get to that, but yeah.
They were blackmail from.
Well, no. First, he paid like the doctors, like, here, I'm paying you. you have to keep this quiet. And then the people that found out started blackmailing him. And so he said he feels a release. He feels relieved. He was obviously pretty devastated in 2011 when he found out. But he says he has had a lot of sex since then, some with hookers, but he's always, quote, led with a condom. But he says there are 2 people that he has had unprotected sex with, but those people are both under the care of his doctor and monitored closely and are aware of the situation.
What does that mean?
Exactly.
Did they have it? Did he give it to him? What does that mean?
He's not saying that he gave it to him.
2011, 2.5 Men went on hiatus in January 2011 when she underwent a substance reuse. So he found out.
It was 2011.
Yeah,
oh my gosh, that's why he went crazy.
Yeah, so now it totally makes sense. He went crazy winning. He was just counteracting it.
He was pounding drugs into his system because he was so up. He said he went a little nutty and started doing drugs and everything he could get his hands on, but there you go.
I just sat with him recently. We did a show here in L.A. We did they asked me to do a morning roast for this guy named Steve Edwards, and so I went down on the morning show, and George Lopez did it, and I did it, and went on, and Sheen was sitting next to him, and I started ripping on. It was weird because Sheen kept getting so every time I do a joke, he would laugh, and then he looked at me like I was like too evil. But he seemed fine. So he's got that Magic Johnson AIDS that you get when you have a lot of money
and you're white.
That you have it.
Oh, he's not white.
Yeah, that made no sense at all.
He's got that Magic Johnson AIDS that you get when you're white. What?
No, that's not what I said. You said that. So, and when you have a lot of money, you basically get in better shape. You get bigger because of the steroids, and you live forever.
Yeah, I don't think he'll get AIDS. I think that he's got enough money that he'll get treatment and care, and it'll never go to full-blown AIDS. But don't sleep with him.
But I hope he. I hope he stays healthy. I hope he stays healthy because you know what? I've had dinner with him once, and I hung out with him. And we just hung out on the show that time. He's really not a bad guy. Just to be honest with you, Charlie, and I'll do jokes about him all day long, but he is not a bad guy. He is. He's got his issues like we all do, but he never hurts anybody.
I don't know
himself.
that his issues are quite like all of ours.
No, he never hurts anybody but himself.
He's a little nutty.
Yeah, but he's never hurt anybody. I don't know. He's really smart.
Yeah, he's smart.
I've hung out with him. He's crazy smart. In fact, he had to. I think he drugged himself up to bring himself down. And by the way, as many people he slept with, AIDS is almost a relief. Oh, I don't have the plague. Oh, thank God. I can live for 20 years with this. Okay.
He said he started having cluster headaches and sweating through his sheets every night, and he thought that he was dying. He thought he had a brain tumor, so he went and got checked, and they found it immediately.
Wow. Well, I hope he stays healthy.
Scrotum squeezing is getting a closer look from Paralympic officials.
Yeah, it is.
Cape Town
As like a performance enhancer?
Wheelchair-bound athletes are facing tougher checks at next year's Paralympics to stop them risking their health by sitting on their scrotums or clamping off catheters to fill their bladders in order to boost adrenaline and performance. This is called, quote, boosting, and it's a practice employed by some athletes with spinal cord injuries.
So
boosting.
So they can go faster in their wheelchairs.
They're squeezing their testes.
So when did the Special Olympics become so competitive? Didn't it used to be like you just ran silly or did something? Yay!
Oh, yeah, because Special Olympic people always just run silly. It's not real athletes. It's not real sport.
No, but I guess.
See what I did? In the future, we're very PC.
Yeah, in the future. I'm just saying that it's a fun thing to do. Can you do well? I mean, can you make money at this? Paralympic athletes?
Sure.
You can get sponsored and do really well at it.
Sure.
I'm super dumb, and I'm doing that movie. I'm doing Special Unit, which
This is boosting is banned, obviously.
But wait. Here's the thing. I get why assholes who are able-bodied do it. I don't get why someone who's been through this damaging thing. I guess it doesn't change your.
Human beings.
Yeah,
competitive. You want to win.
Losing the ability to walk does
clamping
not make
off their
you a nicer
catheters
person.
to fill their
That's
bladders.
Crazy.
Think about how uncomfortable that would be.
So it's called cheating, basically.
Yeah.
See, this is why I want to.
It involves tricking the brain into triggering autonomic dysreflexia (AD). It causes the body to flush with adrenaline to achieve more power and greater oxygen uptake during races.
Autonomic dysreflexia was one of my favorite bands.
All right, ladies and gentlemen.
It's autonomic dysreflexia. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Squeezing the Scrotum.
Gonna clamp off my scrotum.
Squeezing the Scrotum, that was my favorite band in the 90s. Or filling and then tapping the bladder are the most common external stimuli to induce AD.
Like to tap that bladder.
What? No, that doesn't work. But fetus, you should try that with a woman. Hey, babe, I'd like to tap your bladder with my testes. Stop looking at me like
That was a James Holmes serial
He
killer look he
did.
just gave you. That was
I
crazy.
know. I told you. Anyway, there's other things about that, but I think we've said enough. Haven't we said enough?
You know what? I think people that are listening said that about 25 minutes ago. They've said enough. Clickety clack. You have any more stories?
I do, but do you want to do more, or do you want to?
Let's do
call
one
it a
more
day?
story. Only one story, and then we'll call it a day.
Tell me what you'd like to hear about. A couple having sex in a hotel hot tub and dying. Portia blaming Paul Walker for his own accident.
Oh,
Pastafarian being allowed to wear a colander on her head for her driver's license. Or Harvard marching band spelling penis on the field.
well, I want to hear two of them. Let's save Harvard marching band,
Okay.
and let's do Paul Walker
Oh.
because I'm a car guy. Let's do Paul
For
Walker.
sure, I would have said couple hot tub dying. Both of them. They
Nah.
both
They're
died.
just idiots.
He had a heart attack in the hot tub, and then he smothered her. I just had to get it out. I had
So
to
they were
share
doing it?
So she died underneath him because she couldn't get him off of her. All right, I just had to.
That's the fat guy I saw at the drag races that was smoking. That's
yes,
why.
he fell asleep on his woman, and she died.
Oh.
At least they both died happy. According to Portia, Paul Walker is to blame for his fatal car crash. The company is currently being sued over his death. Her daughter has filed a wrongful death lawsuit against them, claiming that when the Carrera GT crashed and broke apart, his seatbelt snapped his torso back with thousands of pounds of force, thereby breaking his ribs and pelvis and trapping him in the passenger seat. So she's saying that that's why he couldn't get out of a burning car. What
What
about
are they
the other
saying?
dude, though?
He wasn't even driving. How
Her
do corporations-
lawyers are saying that her name is Meadow. In the future, children are named stupid names like Meadow
or senator.
or what? The fire, they say, did not erupt for 1 minute and 20 seconds after impact. He was helplessly trapped. She believes that her father was still alive when the fire broke out. And yet, don't you remember in the video that
You
he
can
died in
see-
front of the car place that guy owned that was driving?
You can
and
see, and when it hits the tree, that it instantly smoke starts pouring.
that's not, Porsche isn't buying it. It says, in an answer to the lawsuit, the company said that he was a knowledgeable and sophisticated user of the 05 Carrera GT, and they implied that he shouldn't have allowed the driver of the car, Roger Rodas, to drive so fast. Police actually ruled speeding being the cause of the crash.
Didn't Porsche always say that they modified the car? Like
They said that it was abused and altered, that it was improperly handled.
Well, it sounds like a weak case to me. You know, you can see on the video the car burst into flames. And here's what pisses me off about corporations. You got this car. If you see the way that car's built, the gas tank of that Porsche exactly is right behind the seat. It is tucked into the seat. It's a very thin. So the back of the seat, okay, you're sitting there, 1.5 inches from your back is a gas tank. Car slid directly into the tree right on that side. Steering, by the way, which helped the seatbelt snap, because when it pushed in, it actually pulled the seatbelt tighter, which broke him in half. So Porsche's full of shit. I hate when a corporation just doesn't go, instead of fighting this, because now Porsche looks like a dick, you just go, hey, here, sorry. You know, you settle. You just settle. You look like dicks.
Right.
It's $1 billion.
That's the problem, is that he was so beloved and he died. It sort of shocked everyone so much. And so they may just settle just to get out of it because it's his poor daughter that was left behind.
They're Germans, though. They're Germans. No, we were not said
Oh,
it's a
are
car.
they?
Yes, no, the car was modified, and we built it in a certain way that was perfect. And when it hit the tree, it was modified, so that's why it broke. But when we left the factory, the car would not have killed anyone. The car was very innocuous. Germans don't kill people. Your Honor.
Whoa. Whoa.
I have the objection on the last sentence,
I
please.
have Exhibit 4 million.
When has the Germans ever killed people? Hold on. What? Excuse me? Your Honor, I'd like to retract the earlier statement. I forgot.
What?
You're supposed to never forget. I know. As I say, I have the T-shirt.
Never forget.
All right, they smell up penis. Why do they smell up penis? And I love that they're 12. I love that these college kids are 12 years old. Tell me what happened.
Harvard's marching band,
Yep.
obviously very talented musicians. This past Saturday, obviously they're 5 years old. It was a Saturday game against the University of Pennsylvania, and if you go and look at the video, it actually shows their marching band spelling out a word, which is very common at college football games to get audiences fired up. Someone actually tweeted, Harvard band is spelling penis. I don't think that happens by accident because they're fighting Pennsylvania.
Right.
So people thought maybe it was an accident. Twitter people came back and said they think that they were actually spelling PENN, pen, but the I and then the other part of the N looked like an IS.
Fetus,
maybe.
pull it up. Do you have a picture of them spelling penis? It's got to be a picture online. Got to be a picture online.
Pull up a big picture and then
Let me
post it
see
on
this.
the podcast page.
By the way, talk about total deniability.
They say,
my
do you know
God,
what-
the trombones are idiots. It was supposed to say pen.
Do you know what they said?
Trombones are dumbasses.
They said we meant to spell pen, PEN 15 with a space and an apostrophe before the number 15 because it's Pennsylvania in 2015.
Sure they did.
They actually, if you look at it, it's very clearly penis. PEN. Yeah, see, there's no...
PENI. Yeah, it's penis. They spelled penis. We meant to spell pen is great.
And they lost.
That's never mind.
Go ahead. Don't say it, Fetus.
Yeah, there was a common joke when I was in elementary school being like, hey, do you want to join the Pen 15 club? And you'd be like, what's the Pen 15 club? Oh, you just write Pen 15 on your hand. They're like, okay. And then they'd write Pen 15 on your hand, and then suddenly a penis on your hand.
Bless your heart. That never happened to anyone but you.
Not true.
No, it
It never
is.
even happened to me.
It did.
I swear.
Tell the truth.
No.
It did.
I'm done.
It's all right.
You
Whatever.
were the treasurer of the Pen 15 Club.
Come here. Let Daddy hold you
On my salty
Going
breast.
on his salty breast.
All right, guys. Thanks for listening to Titus Podcast. We will be performing in Denver this week. Please be there. ChristopherTitus.com. Go there to get the best comedy that I have. I have 6 comedy specials on there right now. We're going to be doing an announcement next week for a Christmas special. We also have a new piece that'll be one-off. There'll only be a limited edition disc coming out. Follow me on Facebook, The Real Christopher Titus. Follow both of us on Twitter, at Titus Nation, at Ray Badley. Or what is yours now, man?
The Ryan Farmer?
At The Ryan Farmer. Click us through the Amazon link. If you're going to go buy stuff for Christmas, go through the Amazon link. Click through. Help the podcast out, people. We don't do a whole lot for it. Also, subscribe to Christopher Titus TV on YouTube for weekly videos. And one more thing. Please go to iTunes and review the Titus Podcast. Every time you give us a review, we get more listeners, and eventually we can take over the world. All right. I'm Christopher Titus.
Every time you review us, a maxi pad gets its wings. That's sort of how I feel about the Titus Podcast. Are you okay, Fetus? He's not okay.
Every time you review us, a maxi pad gets its wings. I am going to co-opt that for the podcast from now on. We will say that every week from now on. And it may be a code that people use at shows to let us know.
Maxi pad.
Gets his wings. Wing. Because we're all 4.
Yeah.
In the future, we're still idiots. I'm Christopher Titus. For myself, Bombshell Rae, and the Fetus. Later.
Peace out.
See ya.
Well, I think that podcast was the best. Stop singing this song. It's making me crazy.
It can only mean one thing.
Is it a good song? That's what Drake looks like he's doing when he's dancing. Guys, in this holiday season, do me a favor. Find out your local homeless shelter. Call them. See what it's going to cost to pay for a couple meals for somebody. Do your part. Why not? Let's make the future better, all right? Thanks for listening to this podcast, guys. We really love it. I didn't even realize it, but Bombshell just pointed out that we're in our 5th year. Holy crap. We need to get more popular. Thanks again, guys.